Achieving accuracy during real-world encounters. Hitting your target in a life-threatening engagement is nothing like shooting paper targets on the range. Studies of New York and Los Angeles police officers found that less than 40% of rounds shot by police during deadly force encounters hit the assailant. Of those shots that did hit the assailant, hit on the peripheral areas of the body and not center mass, as police officers had been instructed during their training. In fact, some estimates that shots to the torso and head are less than 10%. Why is the upper torso and head region so important? Simple. These are the only areas of the body that can cause immediate incapacitation. Look at the target on the left. This shot placement would penetrate the brainstem. Disruption of the brainstem shuts down the central nervous system and brain function. Even if the round does not sever the spinal cord, the pathway of a proximity shot can cause a temporary cavity that will damage or shock the central nervous system, causing the brain to shut down. Shots to the lower spine will only affect the nerves that are below the bullet wound. In this case, the assailant will lose mobility, but could still use their arms and hands to continue to shoot. Looking at the target on the right, if the central nervous system is not hit or affected by the bullet's penetration, then the next best targets to achieve incapacitation are hits to the major organs. Almost all organs are in the upper torso area. In this case, the shots did not hit the spine, but would have damaged the lungs, heart, liver, diaphragm, and pancreas. The result would most likely be lethal. To be effective, it is necessary to be able to put rounds into the upper torso area. The old method of using non-lethal projectiles offered a great solution to recreating stress training encounters. Unfortunately, recreating encounters and improving performance are radically two different concepts. Let's say we asked a beginning student to shoot a target on the range at 15 feet. Here is how they shot. Would you classify them as an effective shooter? Would they be given a passing grade? Of course not. But if the same student shot in the same manner as a role player in a projectile-based training scenario, they would typically be rewarded as the player that was hit would acknowledge having been hit. Role players are typically padded with protective gear as they will be shot numerous times during the training. This also creates a problem with locating where the rounds have been shot, as the role player will be covered with numerous marks as the training progresses throughout the day. Let's look at another student. This student's first two shots hit the target but are not in the desired upper torso area. Again, if a role player was struck with these two rounds, they once again are going to acknowledge that they have been hit, rewarding the student's shooting behavior. Once the rest of the rounds come in, we get a clearer picture of the student's actual shooting ability. If these shots are fired at a target on the range from 15 feet, is this an acceptable performance? Finally, let's look at a more advanced student as the shots all fall within the highly desirable upper torso area. This student is clearly outperforming the other two students. Even though the two students will fail the shooting on the range, all three will be rewarded in the scenario-based training. 360X Defense optical simunition torso sensors are designed to only provide feedback to the role player when rounds are accurately placed in the desired target area. In this way, students are only reinforced for correct shot placement. This discourages chaotic fire with a hope and luck attitude and forces the student to improve their shooting accuracy. The 360X Defense optical simunitions head sensors will capture shots to the head and face by capturing the eye-safe optics. Body side sensors capture oblique shots during training. If you want to learn to shoot accurately under stress, then you must train to shoot accurately while under stress in the context of a realistic environment. 360X Defense optical simunitions and realistic experience-acquired learning environments provide excelled learning for high-performance skill development.